Sunday, September 18th, 2022, the 25th Sunday of Ordinary Time. Today's Gospel presents the story of a dishonest steward. A steward is accused of malpractices before the big landowner. The master has called him and tells him what he has heard about him. The facts are very clear. So the steward does not try to justify himself or mutter an explanation. He is immediately fired, and he starts to reflect. He knows only how to supervise. He is neither able to work the hoe nor to humble himself to beg for alms. Before leaving the job, he must put the accounts in order. Many debtors still have to deliver their products. "I know what I must do," he exclaims. He calls all the debtors and reduces their debts. In the future, these benefited debtors will certainly not forget such generosity, and they will feel obliged to offer him hospitality in their homes. The story concludes with the master, as well as Jesus, praising the administrator. He acted cunningly. He will be imitated. But we are expecting a different conclusion. Jesus should have said to his disciples, "Do not act like this villain. Be honest." But instead, he approves of what the steward did. The difficulty lies here. How could a dishonest person be offered as a model? This difficulty does not exist if the parable is interpreted in a different way. We imagine that the owner was cheated again. 2,250 liters of oil and 110 quintals of grain are not small stuff. He would have been outraged. If he praises his former administrator, it means, in this process, he has not lost anything. We have to presume that the administrators must deliver a certain amount to their owner. Whatever extra they could get goes into their own pockets, even if the figures could be higher. It was the technique used by the publicans to enrich themselves when they collected taxes. What did the administrator of the parable do? Instead of behaving like a loan shark with the debtors, he left them the profit he expected to have for himself. The administrator was shrewd, says the Lord, because he understood on which to bet. Not on the goods, the products to which he was entitled that could be rotten away or stolen, but on friends. He knew how to renounce the first in order to conquer for himself the second. This is the point. Use filthy money to make friends for yourselves, so that when it fails, these people may welcome you into the eternal dwellings. This is the most important saying of today's passage. It synthesizes the whole teaching of the parable. It is curious to note the remark of Jesus on filthy money. There seems to be something filthy with money. In an economy where everyone is supposed to be equal, if one person has more money than one's fair share, it is filthy. It has been cheated out of someone else. Remember, in divine economies, the one who works 1 hour and the one who works 8 hours earn the same reward. What Jesus would like us to understand is that the only shrewd way of using the goods of this world is to use them to help others, to make them friends. They will be the ones to welcome us in life. In human economics, money buys things in exact proportion to its value. In divine economics, money buys relationships more than its value, though often it appears that the money is being wasted on unprofitable pursuits. While he speaks about money, Jesus advocates two ways of using the money: the shrewd way and the wise way. The shrewd way is that of the administrator in the parable, which is the minimum Christian growth is expected of us. But the perfect use of money is to give it to others without expecting anything in return. Jesus narrates the story of the rich fool who used all his money for his personal pleasures. Giving to people who cannot return to us anything is the divine way of using worldly resources. Remember, Jesus teaches us to throw parties for poor people who cannot give us anything in return. We need to grow into wise investors of our worldly resources. Jesus concludes his teaching by affirming that no servant can serve two masters: God or money. We surely would like to please both, but we can only serve one. Serve God then by learning how to use your riches. Serve God and master the other.